Hello, Michael Dennin here, and this is The Physics of X, where X is everything except politics. And we're in the middle of talking about the Dresden Files, a book series by Jim Butcher. And again, this one is our science one. We're alternating between science and faith. We are going to be talking about some stuff that happens in the book White Knight. So again, think about whether you want to listen to the video or read the books first if you haven't read them. One of the things that comes up a lot for Harry Dresden is he has the ability to cast a spell that makes a shield. Basically protects him from stuff. We all love shields. We all love the idea of protecting ourselves. And in fact, there's two very classic examples in our everyday life: bulletproof vests and car safety. And so in the area of science, as I've said before, I like to ask, is this fundamentally possible, impossible, or just a technological challenge? So doing it exactly as Harry does, having a magical bracelet where he thinks thoughts and makes a shield, probably not what you would actually do. But from a technological point of view, making shields to protect us is something we do every day. And that's why I mentioned car safety and bulletproof vests. So what are the elements of a shield that's going to protect you from impacts, from things hitting you? Well, there's really two fundamental ways you can do things. You can make things very hard and strong like a tank, where the stuff hits it and basically all the damage goes nowhere and the stuff just holds the damage. A hard shell thing will often recoil some from that force depending on how big its mass is. So it might protect you, but it might shake you up. And this is what people started to discover about cars. If you make cars with a very stiff, hard frame, the car might resist the impact, but depending on the impact, that energy is going somewhere and it might shake up the insides and go to you. So if you've ever wondered why cars now just shatter like crazy, you drive around the streets and you see cars with bumpers popped out and dents and things cracked, it's because it's a different way to approach a shield and energy. If the car shatters, all the energy goes into the car, there's none left to damage you. What does this have to do with Harry Dresden and his shield and White Knight? Well, he's actually very smart and he understands physics. He's trapped in a cavern, there's one exit, a whole bunch of bombs are about to go off and he's probably going to die. So he wants to use his shield to protect himself from the explosion. Well, he has two problems there, right? If he makes it too hard, it'll just bounce him around and he'll still get hurt. If he makes it too soft, the explosion will come in and hurt him. So it's the classic kind of layering idea. And if anyone's ever had to do an egg drop, where you have to put an egg in a canister and drop it from a very high height and make sure the egg doesn't crack, you understand some of the ideas Harry uses here. And he gets a twofer with this. He designs a hard outer shell to his shield, so it'll be thrust like a bullet in front of the force. He uses this because he has to get by all the bad guys up a tunnel. So the hard outer shell is taking out the bad guys, some basic physics there. But he makes layers of soft stuff on the inside so he's cushioned and he doesn't experience the jarring forces that might injure him. So he's taking the best of all the shield principles. At the end, protecting yourself is about using Newton's second law appropriately. Newton's second law is F equals ma, or force is equal to the change in momentum over time. The change in time is the key thing there. If you've ever done a water balloon toss or an egg toss and you try and catch the water balloon or egg, you know you want to catch it over an amount of time. Increasing that time decreases the force for a given acceleration that you're doing, a given change in momentum. So this is one of the real tricks that he uses. Harry is a great wizard, but he's also a great physicist. He uses the laws of physics to make a technologically relevant shield. Now, notice I've totally ignored the fact of how the bracelet would generate the shield. That's a subject for a different talk and a different time. So thank you for listening to The Physics of X and learning how to shield yourself. This has been The Physics of X, where X is everything but politics. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you get notifications of every episode coming weekly straight to you.